That's convenient, isn't it? Oh, look, some beer even. Wow, that was totally unexpected. Well, I was going to give you a film about the Stone Age this year, but it took some time. It's still a slow burning project, so I'm still working on it. So instead, I thought I might make a video on the one thing that we all have in common these days. There's not a lot of stuff that we can do, but there is something we can do, and that is drink and be merry. So here is a short film about Yuletide in Scandinavia and the long-standing tradition of drinking beer to Christmas and some of the more unknown aspects of drinking Christmas or drikke julen.
Yuletide in Scandinavia has its roots in Germanic pagan rites. Drinking and feasting during midwinter was honoring the gods, the winter solstice, or the turn towards brighter days. I'm not going to speculate about the origins of Yuletide, there is a ton of content out there already. But from the Viking Age onwards, we know from Skaldic poems that the Vikings drank Yuletide, or drekka jul, and consumed beer as the marking of midwinter festivities. At the center of the feasting was the Viking longhouse, where they gathered in numbers to eat, drink and feast for days on end during Yuletide. Drinking was an essential part of dining and socializing with your kinsmen, friends and family. This pagan tradition was such an ingrained part of society that even the early Christian kings indulged in it and carried on the old traditions of drinking. One of the oldest laws of Norway states that every farmer should make beer in the weeks leading up to Yuletide. The beer was then to be blessed in the name of Christ and Virgin Mary as a thanks for år och frider, or for good years and peace. Non-compliance with the law came in the form of some hefty fines. If you failed to produce beer leading up to Yule, you were fined up to half a cow worth of silver. And if you failed 3 winters in a row, it was possible to lose your entire property to the bishop and the crown. That's some pretty hefty penalties for not making some beer. So why was beer making and consumption so important? There are a few possible explanations. In the case of Norway, we're talking about a land of mostly farmers living in the countryside, where beer was the only possible alcohol. Other alternatives, such as mead, which is made from honey, or wine, which needed import, were simply too expensive or too rare to be enjoyed on ceremonial occasions. Also, drinking wasn't just a social thing, it was civic duty. Today we'd consider people under the influence of alcohol as unreliable witnesses. 1,000 years ago, having a drink was sort of required when entering into important social contracts or rites. Marriage alliances, witnessing births or the releasing of thralls and slaves was done with the drinking of beer. Lots of occasions today are associated with beer, even in our language.
That's some good beer. Well, I'm sorry for interrupting the little video, but I do notice that a lot of you guys are watching my my videos. I have an insane high view count actually for such a small channel, but the subscribers don't match. So if you have a time, please just take a moment to just go down, click the subscribe button if you enjoy this kind of content, because I'm trying to make more, but reaching 1,000 subscribers is really sort of key to letting this channel grow. So please do that, and if you do that, here's another cheers to you from me.
Sorry about that interruption, but if we go back to the Middle Ages, we see that having beer and witnesses was key to having a functional society. That doesn't mean that people were completely unaware of the intoxicating and mind-numbing effects of alcohol. Many sources, such as Hovemol, warns us against the overt consumption of beer. Less good there lies than most believe in beer for mankind. For the more you drink, the less you think. Well, you get the gist of it. Finally, there is archaeological evidence that the consumption of beer was key to the Christmas celebration. On the old runic calendar, which is found in parts of Scandinavia, we see that the 25th of December is marked by a drinking horn. However, some of them, 20 days later, on the 13th of January, are marked by an upside-down drinking horn. It could mean something like this: you have 20 days to finish your beer, you drunken sot.
With that, cheers, Merry Christmas, Happy Yuletide, and I'm just gonna chill here until I can put out a new film for you guys in the next year. Bye bye.